وما أرسلناك إلا رحمة للعالمين.
And we have sent you, O Muhammad, not but as a mercy for the Alameen.
Dear viewers, I feel proud to present the Prophet's conduct in life through my Yaadgaar series channel. Please do listen. The noble life of the Holy Prophet Muhammad.SAW, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, presented the true picture of the Quranic teachings in respect of his conduct. An orphan and a poor man by birth had become the head of the state by God's benevolent grace. He had the wealth of the world at his feet, but he lived a very simple life. He gave himself no preference to others. He was a humble creature of God. Whenever some man wished to kiss his hands, he withdrew them, remarking that this was the behavior of the non-Arabs towards their kings. Even if a slave extended to him an invitation, he would accept it. His diet was simple. He had a special liking for honey and marrow. He wore a very simple dress. He did not mind putting on patched garments. He was very particular about the neatness of his clothes. His dwelling consisted of a few small rooms made of mud bricks, having a bedsheet and a jar of water. Although he generally ate barley bread and dates, yet he fed thousands of people with generosity. He would take pains to entertain his guests as best as he could. He would wait in person upon them. The Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be on him, never disappointed a beggar. He would not make a flat refusal. He would feed the hungry, himself going without food. He would feed the hungry, himself going without food. He never kept money in his possession. He never kept money in his possession. His heart overflowed with mercy even for the dumb creatures of God. The Holy Prophet's generosity even towards his mortal enemies stands unique. He was the well-wisher even of his adversaries and prayed to God to bless them with his divine guidance. He shared the sorrows and sufferings of the widows and the orphans. He shared the sorrows and sufferings of the widows and the orphans. He always stood by the oppressed. He vindicated the rights of women over men, and that of slaves over their masters, and those of the ruled over the rulers. He was very kind to children. While walking along, he would pat them affectionately. He would visit the sick to inquire after their health and console them. He never used indecent language throughout his life. He never used indecent language throughout his life. Never uttered a harsh word. He was polite and tender-hearted. Forgiveness was an outstanding trait of the character of the Holy Prophet. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. He had a great regard for the elders. He would spread his own mantle for them to sit on. Although he was humble and meek, he had the courage of the bravest of men. When he had to fight his enemies, he showed remarkable determination and perseverance. He did even justice to all without making any distinction between a friend and a foe. He inspired brotherhood among the savage, illiterate and warring people. His noble teachings went a long way in removing national, racial and color distinctions. He was possessed of untiring energy. He was never careless, negligent or reckless. He never told a lie throughout his life. He never told a lie throughout his life or misled anyone. He was sent unto mankind with the truth to confirm the truth. He was sent unto mankind with the truth to confirm the truth. He was never upset by reverses or obstacles in his path. He was the most patient and persevering man that ever lived. He was the most patient and persevering man that ever lived. He had merged his will into the will of God. He worked for none but for God, who bestowed upon him an everlasting grandeur. Who bestowed upon him an everlasting grandeur. Dear viewers, I conclude with the prayer that God bless us to take the note of the life and teachings of Prophet Muhammad.SAW and show us the right path to lead our life peacefully and successfully in this world. Thanking you all. Dr.R.Abdul Hameed, Yaadgaar Series channel.